Redstone is the heart of automation in Minecraft and it can be used to do some pretty amazing things. Now, let's take an example here. We are going to perform a simple addition 6 plus 9, and the answer that we are going to get is 15. So, pretty cool, right? But Redstone can be complicated sometimes and a little bit intimidating when you're starting up. Now, there are two of my friends have started playing this game, and a lot of my viewers are new to this game too. So, I thought that I would like to take this opportunity to teach each and every one of you some basic Redstone that can help you make your Minecraft life easier. So, without any further ado, guys, let's dive into this journey to learn Redstone and what it can do. So let's get this tutorial going. Okay, so firstly we are going to start with the source of redstone. This is redstone ore and you can find it at Y0 to Y16, about the same level that you would find diamond. So to get redstone out, you just keep this in a furnace, and once you smelt this, one redstone ore is going to give you one redstone dust. And this is the basic source for all your redstone needs. Now coming to redstone dust, it is the wire of Minecraft. So you can extend it to get a redstone signal from one end to the other end. Just like this. I'm gonna take a lever and see, it transmits power. Now it can also be used to connect different components. So if I grab a piston here real quick, and if I keep a piston here, and if I keep a lever on the other end, now if I flick the lever on, the piston will extend and retract. So this is like the wire of Minecraft. Okay, so the first source of getting a redstone signal out is a redstone block. Now a redstone block will give out a redstone signal of strength 15, and it will also power any redstone component which is directly placed on it or is adjacent. Now the best thing about this redstone block is that it can be moved around with a piston. So it will power any adjacent redstone components, but it will not power any block. As you can see, the current doesn't go far from that block. So it can power blocks, but it can power components. The second component that we are discussing is a redstone torch. Now a redstone torch will also give out a signal strength of 15. So if I place a 15 long redstone dust like this, after the 15th block, the 16th block will have no power. So the piston won't extend. But after the 15th one, it will extend. So the signal strength of this wire is 15. Now also this torch can be placed on the side of the blocks like this. So you can take a signal down, or you can even extend this signal up. So this is very useful actually, because you are going to use this in a lot of builds. Now also you can power components directly below it or one away from it. And the main thing about this is the torch won't power the block on which it is placed on, but it will power the components above and below. Also, one really handy feature about torch is that it can be flicked on and off with the help of a lever like you are seeing here. Okay, so these are the other sources of redstone power. Now this is a lever. A lever will give off a constant redstone signal of signal strength 15, and a button will give off a pulse of redstone with the same strength. Now for the pressure plate, it will be active as long as you or some other entity is standing on it, and as soon as you step off, the pressure plate is gonna go off. Now, one thing to notice here is that this signal strength is decaying, so it will not power any block that is beyond 15 blocks, or 15 blocks of redstone basically. Another thing to notice is, now I'm going to place a redstone dust here, and look how the dust is powered basically through the block. So you have to remember this, that redstone signal, or these components that give out the redstone signal, they can strongly power the block, so that these blocks will power any redstone component below it or adjacent to it. Observe how the redstone is powered when I stand on this. Now another one of these components is the observer. Now the observer, it observes things on its front face, and it gives out the redstone signal on its back face. So if I place a redstone wool here, you'll see that, and if I break it, there is a quick redstone pulse. This is what the observer does. And finally, we have the tripwire. Now a tripwire, now this tripwire is armed with a string, and once I walk past it, it will trip. So this can be used to make some really awesome traps. And the only way around it, if you break the tripwire with shears, or if you break the string block with shears, and then you can safely walk past it. Now to discuss some redstone components. The first is a door. The door can be flicked on and off with the help of a redstone signal. Same goes for a fence door and a trap door. Now secondly, this is a redstone lamp. The redstone lamp will provide light when it is strongly powered with a redstone source, and it will also power any lamps which are placed adjacent to it, but it won't power any redstone lamp that is not directly in contact. Now thirdly is the piston. The piston will extend and retract when a redstone current is applied to it. And there are two types, the sticky piston and the normal piston. So if I quickly place two blocks and extend them, both of them extend, but only the sticky piston retracts the block it was assigned. Now you might be wondering why the lower sticky piston is getting powered even though there is no direct power source to it. Now this is called quasi connectivity, and I'm going to keep it simple. So if I were to place a redstone lamp here, and if I place a piston directly below the lamp, you will see the piston extends even though there is no direct source powering the piston. So some of the redstone components, they connect to the blocks above or below them in order to receive power, and they act as one, and this is called quasi connectivity. Pistons, droppers, dispensers all follow this principle, even lamps sometimes. Now this is a dropper. The dropper will spit out any item that is placed inside it. So if I were to place a stack of arrow inside this dropper, and if I power the dropper, you will see that it spits out one arrow. And if I directly power the dropper, you will see both of the droppers spit out the arrow because they follow quasi connectivity. Now for the dispenser. The dispenser will shoot out any item that is placed inside it. So as you can see, it fires out the arrow, and it does the same for water buckets, lava buckets, and potions, etc. And finally, we have the hopper. What the hopper does is it will funnel items from the top chest or top source to the bottom source, or basically where it's pointing. But if I power the block that is directly adjacent to the hopper, it will stop transferring the items to it. Also, one more thing is you can line hoppers like this. So if I were to place a chest here, and now if I try to ship items from the first chest to the other chest, you will see that items start appearing. So the hopper is a really useful item. And finally we have TNT. It can be detonated with any redstone signal, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to blow this world up. So yeah. Okay, so let's discuss one of the most interesting component, which is the repeater. So as you can see, I have a 15 long redstone dust here, and on the 16th block there is no power, right? Now if I quickly place a repeater here and once again start placing redstone dust, it will once again start from 15. So one of the basic uses of a repeater is to extend redstone current. Now another one of interesting features of the repeater is the delay that is built into them. So right now it's on 1 tick delay, and you can get it up to 4 ticks delay. To demonstrate what's happening, look at how the redstone is powered when on 1 tick delay and when it's on a 4 tick delay. See, there was a slight delay there. Now if you want to increase this effect, you can just stack up repeaters, and now look at the delay. So using this feature, you can provide a lot of delay in your circuits, because there are many things in Minecraft for which you will require a certain amount of delay for them to work properly. So if I quickly just power all the repeaters here and set them up to 4 tick delays, and finally connect them via redstone dust, look at this extended effect. Yeah, so this is the delay feature of a repeater. And finally, one more interesting thing is that a repeater will strongly power a block that it's facing into. So I can even take power out of this block like this. So this feature comes real handy when you are making a redstone contraption where you want the direction of the redstone current to change, but you can break the blocks that are placed, and or you don't want redstone dust basically. So you can simply place a repeater like this and it will strongly power the block which it is facing into. Also, you have to remember one thing, that redstone repeaters are one directional. So you can only power them from the behind, not from the front side. Now finally, one more interesting thing to see here is a redstone clock. So if I just place 4 redstone repeaters in a clockwise pattern like this, and if I join them all using redstone dust like this and get a redstone signal out. Now if I take a lever and power this real quick, you can see that it forms a closed loop, and this is what is called a redstone clock. Now if I increase the delay in all of these and once again restart the clock, it is very slow. So this is how a redstone clock works. Now redstone clocks are really useful as they form the basis for any automatic periodic farm in Minecraft. But you can also use these clocks to make some really questionable stuff. Don't judge me. The final component for this video is going to be the redstone comparator. Now what the comparator does simply is it compares the redstone signal going in from one side and from the other side, and based on that it gives the output. It can also detect any objects or entities inside the track chest, and it can also take redstone output from lectern based on the amount of pages that you have read in a book. Now I'm not gonna go in any depth for the comparator as it's quite a complex block, and I don't think it's fit for this simple tutorial. So I hope you guys liked watching this video. If you did, please smash that like button and consider subscribing for more content like this. Also let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comment section down below. Peace out.